Welcome, everybody, to our channel, Create Your Future. My name is Caroline. I am a coach here. I am available for one-on-one coaching. You have all the info on the box below if you want to sign up for coaching with me. And today I am answering a question that I have received, and I'm going to read it and we're going to talk about it. All right. The person says, we have to have clarity about what we want, but yet we can't say the word want. Like, I want to be with my SP. Why can't I say that? I guess, why can't I say I want to be with SP? Okay, so that's a very good question. Why can't we say I want to be with my SP? It has to do with a sense of identity. Okay, so in terms of affirmation, it's very simple. I want. Okay, it goes in two steps. First step is clarity. We always tell you, you must be clear, very clear, crystal clear, crispy, crystal, crispy, crystal clear on what it is that you want. So what, that chair is too tight. Okay, what is it that you want? In this case, I want to be with this specific person. I want a relationship with this specific person. That's it. No one else. I want this one. I want to be with that one. I want to marry that one. That's it. Okay. Now we know. Crystal clear. So that's step one, want. So in that case, yes, you can use the word want. You know, it's like you can, other words that maybe you've heard me say in the past, I don't like words like wish or hope. Well, you can use them in that stage. I wish to be in a relationship with this specific person. I hope to be in a relationship with that specific person. So just for the clarity, because if you're not clear, well, where are we going? You know, 1 second we're going over there with this person, one second we're not going anywhere, we're not in a relationship at all, and then the third second we are in a relationship with yet another person. You know what I mean? So in order to stay on track, not derail, in order to keep maintaining the direction that we want to manifest what it is that we want, we have to be crystal clear. Now, it's okay to change your mind if you don't want anymore. You know, maybe this morning you wake up and you want to be in this relationship with this person, and then you change your mind. No problem. You can always change your mind, and now we go somewhere else. However, if this is what you want and you don't want to change your mind, you cannot be, you know, a softie. You have to be crystal clear. This is it. Now we have a mental diet and we stay on it. So now that we know what we want, we stop using the word want. That's it. We only use the word want or wish or whatever at that stage. Step one. And now we proceed to the next stage. And the next stage is, who do we identify with? All right. And who do we identify with? At this point, we identify with the person who is in the relationship with that specific person. So what does that mean? Well, you identify within, in your mind, in your consciousness. So when you talk to yourself, when you do your affirmations, when you think about it, this is who you are, right? So who are you? When you think about it, I already am the person who is in the relationship with this person. Now, if you are the person who is in the relationship with the specific person, how do you act? Think about how you're acting. Think about what you would be saying. Think about what you would be thinking, because you would be thinking differently than when you wanted to be with that person, because now you are in a relationship, right? So the thought process is different. So it's important to realize the evolution in the identity of who you are when you are this version of yourself. So you have to already adopt this personality, this identity in your mind when you practice as your mental diet. Furthermore, you practice in your mind how your specific person is thinking about you. How does your specific person act around you? What do they say to you? How do they behave? What do they do? What do you guys do together? Where do you live? How does the relationship look like? The whole thing. So you have to now imagine the identity, your new identity, in the context, part of the mental diet, all this. So this is how you go from...
Someone was detected at your front door.
I am very sorry. I'm going to turn off this Alexa for the next video. You need to move and shift from wanting to being. And this will define the difference in your work as a creator in the realm of law of assumption. All right, does that make sense? Okay. I think that would be it for the topic. Yes, that answers the question. It's about, yeah, I'm talking then about ever evolving stuff here in my notes, meaning that that's what I was saying in the beginning of the video. You may change your mind, you know, once you're finally a specific person shows up. Now, what do you want? You know, whatever you had in your mind of how you would be behaving when you're together, now you want something else. So you reassess the situation, but every time you have to be crystal clear, and this is how you can manifest faster. The being crystal clear in your mind, having this clarity of what it is that you want, helps manifest faster, instantly. This is what I want. This is who I am. Boom. This is what's going on in my life. Why? Because when we're not clear and when we kind of go in many directions, it's actually pulling us in so many directions that it's almost like it's not almost, we are shifting in parallel realities. Boom, 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 boom. And we never really land anywhere because we don't have time to see it in our 3D reality. We're already shifting somewhere else. So in order to stay focused, we have to maintain the momentum in that one direction. And that's where the clarity comes in. So we have to know what we want, but then we shift, because when we want something, the underlying assumption is that we don't have it yet. So we have to shift into that's who we are, because if that's who we are, then the assumption is we have it. So now we are already, you know, in the next step, in the next realm. It has manifested. So that's the evolution of, you know, the ever evolving self. That's where I was getting at with my notes here. Ever evolving self. All right, guys. So I intend that I was making sense. I wish you an amazing week. Until next time. Bye.